Overflows.
Master the mystery of the unknown. From here on, we are entering into an important phase of transformation. Transformation begins when existential energy flows freely in the seeker. This happens through the master as a medium when there is openness, trust, and love between master and disciple. This happens. This is the nature of Upanishads. The Sanskrit term Upanishad comes from three separate words: Upa, Ni, and Shad. Upa means near. Upa means sit. Ni means close. And Shad is woe. It is understood as sitting near a master out of trust, love, and reverence. It is the beginning of esoteric doctrine when the disciple comes out of trust, love, and openness and sits at the feet. An esoteric milieu happens, and in that, as energy flows, that brings deep understanding. This is how transformation begins. As I am presenting insights into Life, Love and Light by Nivedita Rimbak, I reach to the juncture when, doing our live sessions, the author as a seeker, sitting at the feet of the master, opens her mind to expose a state of confusion, conflict, and ignorance in a new process begins. I am amazed at the questions by the author as a seeker and response from me as thou. It is first time after these sessions a few years ago. As I now read, I feel the energy that flowed through these sessions sowed the seed for transformation. Master is the mystery of the unknown and unknowable. He is one who is connected to existential energy. This energy is conserved in him and through him flows towards the seeker as and when needed. To know him and how he works was difficult in the beginning, but the entire process of a benediction and overflowing experience. In reality, Master mothers you. His love for you is unconditional. Therefore, Master is the mystery of the unknown and unknowable. To know him and how he works was difficult in the beginning, but the entire process is a benediction, an overwhelming experience. And for inner journey, certainly you need someone to take you through. You have no such experience. There is no highway to travel on. You create your own path as you travel. For this you need to trust him. To trust someone, journey begins through love. Loving the master has only one meaning. You open up yourself to such a point that the master can hit and cut like a sword all the barriers to your journey to begin. You will not allow anyone to come too close without trust. To be with a master simply means to be defenseless. You need to break all security cordon that you have built around you. If He cuts off your head, you will still be grateful. And by cutting off the head means all that conditionings, all that storehouse of the memory is to be cut off. And He has to cut off much more than your head. He has to cut off all your mind activities. He has to cut all your heart feelings. Unless thoughts and feelings disappear, you cannot be silent. Loving the Master is not the end. It is just the beginning of a process. The Master Himself is a device. On your own, it will be difficult. But if you trust someone and you can feel that He has arrived, you can open your heart. There is no fear. The Master is pure love, unseen but realized truth. His love is not addressed to anyone in particular. You can open to the Master, exposing yourself, not hiding behind thoughts, theories, philosophies, dogmas, or religions. Just open and expose yourself with all your wounds, with all your darkness, with all your misery, and with all your anger and jealousy. Certainly, you can open yourself without any fear, because a Master never judges. A Master has no judgment. He simply loves. And out of His love, He cuts all barriers and leaves you alone like a flame. There is nothing that you have to do. You just your dancing around the flame, your ecstasy is enough gratitude for Him. You just have to trust. If you trust in yourself, the Master is not needed. But because the society has conditioned you in such a way that you cannot trust even yourself, you are always divided to do it or not to do it, to be or not to be. Your mind is schizophrenic that continuously wavers. You need someone unwavering. It is almost like surgery. You cannot do surgery on your own. It will be very difficult, almost impossible. You will need someone else, and you will have to trust, because He is opening your heart or opening your brain, and who knows what kind of man he is. But ordinarily, you do not trust a surgeon, even though you do not know. Ordinarily, you do trust a surgeon, even though you do not know him. The function of the Master is far more deep. He needs a very conscious love and trust on the part of a seeker. Your journey begins as a seeker. When your seeking deepens, a discipline is born out of you. Therefore, trust on your part, Nivedita, is the foremost requirement. Remember, the Master is going to tear down all your personality and shatter all your mind habits to bring out the hidden flame with all its splendor. You do not love it, you will rejoice, you will dance, you will sing, you will share. You will now love all that surrounds you. Nivedita, even gratitude is not needed. It comes on its own. With your awakening, your gratitude comes on its own accord. The West is absolutely unaware of Why in the East disciple touched the feet of the Master? I have heard one day a man came and wanted to touch Gautam Buddha's feet, but Buddha said, "Wait, it is not yet time." The man inquired, "What do you mean, not yet the time?" Buddha replied, "Your hands are empty. Just wait a little until I can see your hands are full of gratitude." A touch with gratitude differs from a touch which does not have gratitude. But nothing has happened yet in you which will bring gratitude on its own accord. When it happens without any effort, your head will be naturally wanting to touch the feet of your Master. The Master makes assiduously without the Master works assiduously without any reward. You cannot pay him. You cannot do anything in response to all that has happened to you through him. Gratitude is a very helpless awareness. At the most, I can touch your, Buddha said. What are you doing? When Sariputra, one of the great disciples of Gautam Buddha, became enlightened, he did not even touch his feet. He simply touched the dust near the feet of Buddha. He said, "To touch your feet seems to be too much. It is enough to touch the dust under your feet." Sariputra says this even though he is enlightened, but he also understands that nothing can be done in return. There is no way to repay for it. All that we can do is to touch the dust near his feet. When a patient visits the doctor, it is always personal. The patient explains personal physical, emotional, and psychological state, and the doctor prescribes the solution as prescription. Each person has a specific problem, so is the prescription. However, there is general aspect of this situation. Through this work, Life, Love and Light, the author has successfully attempted to present a generalized process of transformation to problems that are considered specific to you, and not only to you but to entire humanity. In a unique way, she represents each one of you and presents the subject matter. Tomorrow's session, I will take one such communication that happened during the process of communion between the author as a seeker and the Master. When I am, after a few years, listening to these, I am amazed at the question and the response that has flowed naturally, and that sowed the seed of transformation in the author. It is rare, and specifically with a person who is brought up in the Western atmosphere. This cannot happen unless deep down there is a connection of the past, the Eastern connection in the seeker. Enough for now.